when they are evaluating these rules, the people involved are human beings. They are the ones who make passengers of these vehicles. They are the ones who are sitting in these vehicles when this man is driving so fast or is violating the speed rules because he wants to get there faster and come back faster and pick others. So as we are looking at making ends meet in terms of money and cash, then you also don't value the lives of human beings. And the people you are carrying in the vehicles, they are human beings who can speak up, who have brains and all that. So why do we keep quiet? We shouldn't keep quiet. So the simple question is, or the simple answer to your question, sir, is as we are ready, but then how much more so are you ready out there to our viewers? How ready for you are you? We see a lot of things ranging from putting passengers in excess in vehicles. We get a lot of luggages, cases, suitcases for students, mattresses, pile them on top of the vehicles. Then we also put inside vehicles that are meant to supposed to carry like 6 passengers. We find they are putting in 14 or 15 passengers. And then we are also keeping quiet, sir. Then we are saying we are waiting for the traffic officers. No, let's not wait for traffic officers. And I want to tell you, my brother, that it is here where we are getting a lot of challenges. In most cases, we see crashes occur, then we come out very fast to judge the police. And I know I'm addressing Christians. And the Bible is clear in Matthew 7. Judge not. Then we rush to judge traffic officers. These people, where have they been? They are just there, they're doing this and this. And then people are dying. But then you yourself, what have you done? I want to tell you that we are leaving a lot of responsibility to the traffic officers. The reason why we are continuing to have road crashes on the roads, because we are seeing some of these things. We even keep quiet.
Some border people carry like 5 kids.
Yes, and these kids, do you think do they pick them from nowhere? Who gives them to
the parents?
The parents, absolutely. So I want to tell you that you find 2 families hiring one motorcycle to carry these children to school.
Sure.
They say, I have 3 here, female I have 2. Now what do we do? Let's combine money. Get one motorcycle. You bring the 3, I bring the 2. So you find this border person putting 3 behind, putting 2 in front on the tank. Now, I want you to tell me, I'm a traffic officer. I am also a parent. I have children. Will I even have the guts of chasing this man for violating the traffic rule? Will I? Because we are risking the lives of. Then, does this one now also give this border or the parents now the powers to violate these rules because we cannot mount operations on such a borders? So, every time I speak to people, I want really people to understand. Let them never estimate the responsibility or the role they can play when it comes to road safety. They have a bigger role than we do. As you get up early in the morning at 5, you're preparing those children to put them onto border. Ask yourself, do they have helmets? Because I've already seen Kananura talk and said, a crash helmet is very important when you're seated on the motorcycle. Because if you crash if you get any accident without a crash helmet, the first thing that gets damaged and then you are likely to die, it is the head. So, as a parent whose real future and hopes are in his children, how do I protect them? I mean, we have children whom we value because they are our tomorrow.
That's right.
So before you look at the diseases that are going to attack them, accidents are terrible. I want to say this. I don't fear the people will ask me, you are telling us accident, what have you done? I want to tell you that you have much more work to do than I do. Really, losing 13 people every day, it's not a small number. That is according to the statistics of 2023, because we lost 4,806 people in crashes.
Do you have students in there?
Yes, our statistics indicate that every year we lose 600 school-going children.
Wow.
Meaning that puts it to 2 on average. That's not, we don't take really such things for granted, because leave alone the hopes of a parent, but also the hopes of the country and that child. Who is going to be a police officer tomorrow when I've retired? It is this child who is going to, who now you are planning to to crush him in the accident. So this is very, very important for everyone to take note. People who use these roads to make crashes are human beings. They are not ghosts. They are human beings who also have parents. These are the people who choose not to stop on zebra crossings. Let school-going children cross the roads. They feel for them they should ride through. They shouldn't respect anyone to cross. That is bad and that is dangerous.
Where have we gone wrong? What are some of these common accidents that are common causes of accidents that we, the public, can control?
Good. And actually, to correct you, we no longer use the word accidents.
Okay.
We use crashes.
Crashes.
Because an accident is something that you can't prevent. But I want to tell you that most of these crashes, more than 98, they are preventable.
Okay.
Looking at what normally causes these crashes, number one, it is careless overtaking. Careless overtaking means that includes, we are driving on a highway, for example. We are approaching a corner where you cannot able see ahead of you. You don't know what is coming from in front of you, but you choose to do what? To overtake. Then all of a sudden, in the corner where you could not see, a vehicle is also doing what? Approaching from the opposite side. What does this mean? Because whenever you are overtaking, you are leaving your own lane,
Into the
you are now borrowing to the other. So now this person has the right of way. What do you think will happen?
It's a crash.
We are going to witness a head-on. The crashes that recently have been happening, that's what has been causing. Situations where we are in, people, my brother, have failed to be patient on these roads. Like I was coming, you saw, you realized that I came in late because of jam. I did not anticipate that there was going to be jam, because in most cases when there are no schools on, the towns are clear. So that's what I expected. But all of a sudden, I met jam. But it does not mean that because I'm coming for the talk show, I make it an emergency. No. I believe and know that anytime I reach, I will deliver my message. Yes. So I don't have to put in double indicators and cause a lot of alarm and put everyone on tenterhooks, and because I'm on uniform, I don't do that.
Wow.
So I want to tell you that there are very many people who are violating this. They are good Christians, they go to church every day. By the way, did you know that when you get to the road and violate these things, you are also disobeying God somewhere? Did you know that? It is. Absolutely it is. Yes. Be patient. Have discipline. Have discipline. You cannot bring your issues and turn them into emergencies. Everyone has his or her issue.
Yes.
As I'm coming for a talk show, someone is going to check on a patient. Someone is going to office. So if we bring all those things and then turn them into emergencies, I just want you to imagine how the road is going to look like. So that is where we are failing now. As we are a queue of vehicles moving, like 5-6 of them, we are all proceeding to the same place or the same direction. Then for you, all of a sudden, you feel you cannot be patient, or either you are running to catch up with them, even when you fail to get up early. Because I want today, if I started my journey from wherever I came from at maybe 6:30, I would not have come here late. I took things for granted. I said, since these days there is no jam, I will get there. I gave it like 30 minutes, but then I failed. But if really I purpose to say, let me give it an hour, all this would not have done what? I would have come in time. So this person, even when they fail now to get up early, to catch up with them wherever with their appointments, so they feel now it is okay for them to overtake 5 vehicles ahead of them. It's very dangerous. As you are trying to overtake this person, these people also don't want to give you a chance in case an oncoming vehicle. They don't want to stop for you to let you in. No. After all, the vehicles now, it's a highway. Vehicles are running. We expect them to be around 100 kilometers per hour because that is the maximum speed that we are supposed to drive at. So as you start now overtaking an oncoming vehicle, another vehicle comes. Remember, there's a queue of vehicles this side. You can't join in.
Yes.
If you swerve the other side, what will happen? We shall find you, we shall pick you from the forests there. So head on. Are we together.
Yeah.
In towns, in built-up areas, we are not supposed to overtake, but people go ahead and overtake. The number 2 killer, speed. Actually, speed now overrides the other, because whenever we are overtaking, there's an element of speeding.
Yes.
In one way or another, you have to violate speed. You have to drive beyond the prescribed speed limit on the road, because you want to be ahead of the other person. Then you find yourself, you are lacing. Then others also have vehicles that they want to test on the road. Their vehicles, they say, have you heard of that? Even people go to the bonds and say, me, I want the vehicle that is in Sajja. I've had people talk of those stories.
Yes, it's there.
That someone drives on the road, then he goes on overtaking everyone. Then when he parks somewhere to take tea, someone comes and parks and asks, what vehicle is this one? I want to see what vehicle is this one. I want to also have like this one. Because when we have the roads, we want to compete. Who are you competing with? Who did you come with from home? And who are you going with wherever you are going? No one. You started your journey alone, you know where you are going. So why do you compete? So someone gets on the road, wants to compete. But before, from PG to Masaka, I want to make sure that I get before this person. You don't know the person, he doesn't know you. But you are competing with this person. I am telling you, these things have caused menace on the road. And when you look at those things that we are really discussing, I want you to tell me, even if a traffic officer now you have all the divine powers and whatever, it is hard for you to detect some of these things. Then we get to distracted driving also. As we are taking these children out of school, we are busy connecting to see where we can get school fees from. Others, we are thinking of very, very many things. Ideally, when we are stressed and then we have a lot of issues, our bodies are not feeling well, we shouldn't get to the behind the steering. We shouldn't. Driving requires full concentration of every part of your body. These are things that people do not know, including even hearing. There are sounds of vehicles you will hear and know, even before you see, and tell and know. From what I'm hearing, this is a trailer.
Sure.
Now, you start planning accordingly.
Okay.
But if you cannot hear, I'm trying to show you that every part of your body must concentrate. Much more so the hearing and the brain. If your brain is really divided, and this is what we tell people, because now technology is also causing us issues. As our law is talking of handheld phones, we are saying, well, the moment you pick the phone and then, that is against the law. But then also, I want also to tell you, it is more dangerous even to put it in free whatever. And you connect Bluetooth here.
Bluetooth, yes.
And then the sounds come from where? Maybe as you are driving 100 kilometers per hour, and you are receiving this phone call through Bluetooth, you don't know the news this phone call is coming with.
Oh, yes.
Maybe they are telling you the loss of your beloved one. Do you think you remain the same?
No.
Absolutely not. Then we are also now busy locating places on GPS. And as we are driving, I want to tell you, you can never concentrate fully. Others, some drivers, they're on steerings. As they are driving, then they have ladies, this other one, co-driver. And they go doing a lot of things. All that is distracted driving. So you cannot really concentrate. And I want to tell you that from the looks now, what the small things that now we have discussed here, some of these things, they are done that the traffic officer can never notice. It only comes after when the crash has occurred. Say, for us we knew we could not reach. Because the man came overtaking carelessly, and he was doing this where there was no traffic officer. I know we saw when this man got the lady and put her next to him, we knew that we are not safe. And then people don't speak up also. They keep quiet about that.
Wow. So what role do parents have in this particular season?
Good. Now, the parents, that the roles they have, there are very many. Number one, we should not let these, especially the young ones, get to the roads and get vehicles by themselves.
Oh, yes.
Leave alone the road safety part of it, but also the security part of it. The people you are giving your children, you don't know. You need to know them. Number one, if you get to the border, get the gazetted stages, the stages which are known. Pick someone who is really known. Not this business of standing somewhere in an isolated places, then pick a border. Some of those people are wrong elements into the business of border, but with their other things that they are thinking of. Exactly. So we have really to be careful. And then it is also important to let these pupils here or the students, they take note of these number plates of the vehicles and the motorcycles before we board, and we make sure we communicate with our people home. So all this now, they are responsibilities of the parents, and as we bring these children to give them to the drivers, we also make sure we get these vehicles that are gazetted for that business. They have checked band, we all know, we can easily identify them, and then we are sure which driver is taking my child to school. Are they sober? You know, you look at some of these things, you know. For example, me, I would not, if I'm to use a border, I cannot sit on the border does not have a crash element. Why? Yet I know it is a requirement. And I know that if I sit onto this border, which does not have these requirements, when they get to land that is a checkpoint ahead, they are the first people to make U-turns in fear, and then they throw me into vehicles. I will not. So why do you wait now to board? So that you say, if we meet traffic officers, if we don't meet, I will reach. If we meet them, we shall see what to do. Don't risk. So before you get someone to use, please be careful. Now, on top of the parents, also the teachers at school, they have roles to play, especially our little ones, these ones in primary schools. Like some of these schools which are on highways, we really have to ensure, it is our role to ensure that these children cross these roads safely by getting some of these people who will raise flags, red flags, as they are crossing the roads. Then motorcycles also get to know and stop, or even other motorists, they stop. And then these children do what? Cross the roads. Then after, we can. So, another thing, we talked about the issue of many pupils being put on borders. That is a very serious thing. Actually, in Kampala, it is also there, but then up country it is worse.
Yeah, true.
You find a border carrying children who can even fit in a vehicle. And no one is even bothered, by the way. Parents are not bothered. The ride is not bothered for them. That one is making money. Even the teachers who are receiving these children, they are not bothered. I personally, I move countrywide, sensitizing in these schools, but I see a lot of things. But thank God that where I get to and speak to them, we really try to see some changes, especially like rebuking some of these things like carrying more than 2. Because the law says that every child below the age of 12, that one it is okay, let him or her be accompanied. But an old person. Because we have also registered crashes where a border hits in humps and they jump off because they are young and they fall. So below 12, let them be accompanied. Okay? So we expect an old one and a young one onto a border. Okay. So that is very, very important. Now we must know as parents how to load these children on. So we must not put more than 2. And let's also get for them crash helmets. It is very important even to protect them. You see, we risk these children. Imagine putting them on the tanker of the motorcycle and the wind is blowing directly through their eyes, through their nose.
They don't even have anything.
All of a sudden this child will start complaining of the chest pain because of the other. So it is very, very dangerous. All those things we have to know. We must know as parents. It is not only on borders, but also now this one comes to the school management. When it gets to the school vans that also pick these children, they also, you'll find a van which is supposed to carry 28. It has like 60 inside.
Yeah.
Others are standing, others are seated on chairs, others are seated down on the inside the vehicle. I'm telling you, imagine now such a vehicle gets a crash and you hear that 60 have perished they will ask you, they will even start with that and ask us, where were you? Are these vehicles in the first place supposed to? We also don't forget about these ones who get students and put them on trucks. Trucks are meant for cows and other things, bricks. But even tippers, by the way, tippers, sincerely speaking. And these people, they will make sure they move in the times they know traffic is not yet on the road. Because they know what they are doing. And even some of them, when they hear that these vehicles have overturned, the teachers will not find them in school. They will run away. Because they know what they are doing. Yeah? So, now we ask ourselves, whose responsibility is that?
Yeah, by the way, even talking of schools, some days of sports.
Exactly. Days of sports.
How they overload.
How they overload students. Even when they're taking them for trips for tours. And if you look at it really, these people are trying to make enjoy. And now you wonder, really, I'm a parent of that school. Don't I sue you as a head teacher? I will sue you. Why do you do such? You asked for money, we gave it to you. All to do, you go and hire a tipper. A tipper that tips. We have had crashes, we have had students overturn on those tippers. Are they bricks? Is it sand really, sincerely speaking? Let us respect human beings.
Wow, we could really go on and go on, but the important message is you have to make sure that your child out there is very safe, but also you are who sees the child moving. It is also your role, by the way, to play. Make sure that you do not drive recklessly because you're rushing for something. Students are coming up to go back to school, but also even if they are not, what is your role on the road there? So, Afand, I know we could go over and over, but I would request you give us at least some good message, good package in regards to the safety of the children coming up, but also your last remarks.
But of course, all that I've been talking about, they were messages to pick.
Yes.
And those that have ears, they have really heard. Let me tell you, road safety is a collective responsibility. And in so doing, everyone's responsibility.
Yes.
The business of holding our hands and saying, what is traffic doing, is not help us. It will not help us. Let us report some of those things that are not good. Every time we get a crash, and the survivors, they will always tell you, for us we saw. We knew it was even by the mercies of God that we reached this far. We would not have even reached this far. So if you knew, what did you do? So that one we need to help us. Now, in this particular season, we all have roles to play. Let's combine, because even who is even knocking these people? It is us who are using these roads.
Yes.
Starting on borders who never respect the traffic lights, who never respect the zebra crossings. Especially when you meet these school children, please respect them, because you also have children. Respect them, let them cross the road, let them use the roads ably, and then you also continue. So let us combine efforts and do what we are supposed to do, and let us have discipline, let us exercise patience. I know there's going to be too much jam as we do all this. Some journeys, you start them, if you start them late, then you give it enough good hours to get to where you are supposed to go, but please be patient. Don't again now try to show others that for you, you are rushing and you must get there more than your urgency is more than others. That is not good, because that one causes this. You find people driving on shoulders, people want to beat jam here and there, people putting on double indicators, they drive in one ways. No, please, let us exercise this discipline. Let us exercise patience on these roads, especially in this season, to make sure that we really have safer roads. I want to tell you that if we all do what we are supposed to be doing, if we all come out and try to adopt those safer behaviors on the roads for us to make us safe, we are going to have safe roads. There's no magic here. There's no magic here.
Okay.
Apart from just doing what we are supposed to do. And if everyone does it, and lastly, let us, for some of you who have forums to speak about road safety, because it is a concern. We gave much attention to COVID. We fought COVID, it went, but let us also fight COVID together. Let's get to churches and not feel ashamed to talk about road safety, because even God saw wants people who are alive. The dead do not have anything to do with him.
Yes.
Yes. So let's get to these pulpits and talk about road safety. Let's condemn some of these things. Why would someone get the whole family, by the way, the wife, 3 children, on top of the border is coming to church. Let's tell them that this is not good.
Sure.
Let's tell them, let's make use of these forums properly. Let's have people who can identify people who can talk about road safety in these places. I want to tell you, my brother, and to our viewers out there, we are going to fight these road crashes and make our roads safer if everyone is involved. But if not, it becomes difficult for us.
Sure.
Thank you.
Well, thank you so much, Superintendent of Police Micheal Kananura, who is the spokesperson for the Directorate of Road and Traffic Safety. You have really done us well, and I hope you out there, you've gotten the key message in this. It is not only, by the way, yes, we have brought him at the time of having the children go back to school, but the entire message is road safety. Every day you're on the road, make sure you are in that lane of having yourself very safe on the road. Do not be reckless. That in the end takes your life, or it takes the life of someone you're very close to. Just like what he has told us here, you put the whole family on a border, and then you're going to pray. Are you sure you will reach safely? Yes, so that is the kind of message we had for you today, and we appreciate that you have been joining us here. We're powered by Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. My name is Luke Majumba Alnaitwe, and I want to wish you a lovely day, but also a lovely weekend. See you on Monday for Issues at Hand.
Issues at Hand, powered by
Protea Hotel by Marriott Entebbe. Comfort and luxury at its best.
This is